Ooh, welcome to IMHO.
In my homosexual opinion.
I'm Darby.
And I'm Alexis P. Bevels. The P today stands for pom-poms. You know, actually, the first time I ever did drag was technically, I would take my sister's pom-poms when she was in the Wild Cadets.
And put them in your mouth.
And I would take a big claw clip and I would clip them to my head, and I had the most gorgeous, the fullest ponytail I've ever had. And I would do this, this, and this, and then one time my mom caught me and I just like ripped them and threw them on the ground. I remember I was behind the wet bar.
You had a wet bar?
We had a wet bar. Our family didn't drink, but the house came with one. So it was like crafts area mostly.
Okay, all I heard right there was privilege. That is a rich person.
Yeah.
Listen, if there's a wet bar in the house, if you need a spot in your house solely for alcohol, well, you have a problem. You're not rich.
That was the house I did most all my growing up in.
So that's who we can blame.
I don't want to go back to Houston where I grew up.
No one does.
But if I did, I would absolutely go to that house and be like, can I come in?
Oh, I shouldn't have said no one does, because we are doing Dragula and Blackberry lives in Houston. Never mind. Houston's
I would go
fun.
see Blackberry.
Chan is in Houston right now.
But I know, we're both from Houston.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt Darby and the other one. I'm just jumping in here to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Drift. Now, Drift is a sister company to Scentbird, and you know we love Scentbird because Alexa smells good now. She didn't before. But this fragrance company is not for your body. No. You're thinking too small. This is for your car and home. Drift is a monthly subscription service that sends you new scents every month to keep your car smelling good. Smelling fresh. Smelling good and fresh. Now, I go through a lot of drive-thrus, to get salads. And sometimes my car, the smell lingers. I'm not saying I'm embarrassed about it, because salad is smelly, But sometimes I can get used to it, okay? My nose, it goes blind. Did you know they can do that? But thanks to Drift, I know now it's always going to smell good in there. It's always going to smell good in there. Actually, Curtis and I are using the service, and I get really excited every month when I get a new scent. And the scent that I was sent, well, that's funny, this month was Grove, with notes of mountain greens and sugared citrus. I love my citrus with some sugar. Now, when you sign up, you will get a starter kit that includes a clip that you put in your car. You just clip it onto the visor. And these little cute little wooden business cards, okay, they smell so good. There's a magnet on the back. So you literally just, and it's there. They're so easy to switch in and out. And I like the sound. Wow. Wood and metal is good. I also love that the scents change with the seasons, and actually the service is also very flexible. So you have control over how often they send it to you. If maybe, let's be honest, maybe your car salads are really smelly. You can up the frequency, or if you liked a scent and you want the same scent again next month, you want to skip out on the holiday goodness, you can do that too. It's very user-friendly. Even Alexis could use it if she had a car. And now you can try it. All you have to do is use code IMHO at checkout and you get 55% off your first month. 55, that's more than half. It's like 5 more. Thank you, Drift, for partnering with us on today's video. And make sure you visit the link in the description box below and get drifting today. Tonight, I am doing Liza Minnelli does Princess Diana.
And I am doing, because it's a haunted hotel, I'm Belle, sort of, but like...
You're a haunted hobelle.
Hopping.
Get it?
I'm a bellhop.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Do it again. The whole room moved.
Okay.
You got a big ass.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's Dragula.
It's Dragula. Let's just jump right into it.
Ooh.
Now, I'm so curious how you feel about this.
Okay.
So we're not getting skits per se at the beginning of the episodes anymore. We are getting the Boulets giving a recap of the previous episode and then telling us what we're gonna need to see. We're gonna have to go ahead and need to see in this episode. What do you think? And I agree.
You know when you move out of your parents' house?
Or get kicked out.
And you try...
And you do.
And you go to your first Chili's and you have dip with meat in it. What is that called?
Queso.
Queso. And then you realize that the way your mom had been doing it this whole time was just not as good. And so you think like, oh, I miss my mom's queso, but then you have the Chili's queso con carne, and you think, oh, this is what it's supposed to be like. But you're still a little nostalgic for your mom's queso That's how I feel about the skits.
I completely agree with you. I gotta say, I do enjoy the hosts of the show being like, here's what happened last week. It just makes it seem like they're actually invested in the show.
Yeah, and also it's fun to get to see them, and sometimes there's little like Easter eggs of what's coming later.
What's coming, yeah.
And
I like
also,
that they're getting set up for the extermination.
The pace is snappier this season.
The editing, except for the long table room, the editing is moving everything along, and I really appreciate that.
The pace is good. Yeah.
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 Pace, Lee Pace, okay.
Don't talk about Lee Pace. As my roommate Mary would say, I have full goosies. Because he's so hot.
Full goosies?
Full body goosies.
Every time you mention Mary, there's another thing that I just go... I don't know if we'd get along.
Anything I've ever said that's funny in the last 2 months, it's because of her. She's one of the funniest people. Besides you.
She's the reason that you say the things you say.
We
wouldn't get along.
Some of them.
We wouldn't get along.
She's so funny.
Well, I'm glad she's injured. I'm kidding. No one should be injured. Except for Joe Biden.
Yeah, he can be injured.
He sucks. Oh, we do get a kind of blossoming love story.
Oh, yes. Okay. Orgotic and Neohuru X. Orgotic is talking about how hot Neohuru is and there might be a little something.
I'm enjoying it.
Respectfully.
Well, they want that.
Would watch. I ship.
I want them to kiss and then I want them to spit blood in each other's mouths.
I ghost ship.
It's a movie?
No. Well, I think so. Are you okay?
I felt it scrape down my nose. That was so scary.
Can we get a replay?
I'm the editor. No, of course not.
Oh, come on. Well, I think so. I think that's not even how you're supposed to wear it.
You can do whatever you want. And listen, Gen Z making TikToks saying, oh, millennials wear dumb jeans. Shut up. Wear whatever jeans you want. Life is short. And the world's on fire. You won't even be 40. Shut up. I'm so annoyed. Then Cynthia comes back and she is absolutely screaming at the top of her lungs.
She is activated and I love it. I love her.
I'm obsessed with her.
Yeah.
I love everything she does. And I also love, as I'm watching it, I look over and Curtis is like, he doesn't know how to react to Cynthia yet. And I think that makes me love her even more.
Yeah. Cynthia... doll.
You're a doll. They talk around the long table. They go to the video message. They come back and talk more at the long table. Why was this long table room so long this episode?
Because the table...
It could have been cut in half.
The table is no longer as long, but it's still the long table room because the conversations are long. So they're just keeping with
the table's long. It has not changed size.
Well, it used to be 3 tables put together.
No, last year it was the coffin.
No, I know, but before that. When you started calling it the long table room, it was because it was a straight long table.
Oh my God.
Hot dog style.
I'm so funny. Hot dog style.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was weird. Anyway, it was just really fucking long, and I was so over it. But then...
we get Miss
Coco Kane.
Coco Kane. Up in the long table room. She's so fucking hot.
She's so hot.
And she brought all these keys, and...
yeah, I love that they're like, okay, what we're gonna do for this challenge, pick a key. That was it.
Pick a key.
No skill, just pick a key.
And get the chance to bump one of your competitors into...
hell.
The extermination challenge
or save yourself.
But
or,
the main challenge,
what was the other one? Or
save yourself or save someone else or bump.
They only said it about 10 times.
But the main challenge is they got to do ghosts from a hotel and then they got to lip sync to a number from 1913.
Spooky song. So they pick their things and Jarvis ends up getting the key of death. Oh.
Good for Jarvis. Jarvis is already a ghost, so Jarvis should have a leg up. Do ghosts have legs?
Some do, unless they died in an accident that took their legs. Okay, I don't believe in ghosts. I don't. But
I'm haunting the fuck out of you, my friend.
I think it'd be kind of funny. Because you know what I would do? If you haunted me, I would pretend I never ever saw you. I would just make you so frustrated.
You would just gaslight me?
Yeah, I would gaslight you until you sent yourself to hell. Fuck it, I'll do hell. No, I don't believe in ghosts, but I do love the idea that however you die is how you'll present as a ghost.
Oh, it's like
really
zombie.
Gross stuff happens to people.
It's like zombie, yeah.
Fun.
I want to be wearing this when I die.
We can make that happen. Give me the scissors. We get a couple kind of emotional moments during the getting ready.
Oh.
First, we have Throb and JK.
What do you think about this?
I appreciate what Throb is trying to do for JK because everyone hates JK. Throb is recognizing the stuff within JK that perhaps is making it worse and is just trying to help.
They do this a lot. A lot of the monsters, the Dragula monsters, are like really nice and caring. There's always someone pulling someone aside and making sure they're okay, or you know what I mean.
I think I have PTSD from this. How did Diana do this?
She wore an actual tiara.
This is a tiara. You are not creative.
It's a sunglasses thing.
No, it's a tiara.
It's like a veil.
Of tiaras.
You're supposed to wear it in front of your eyes.
No. Then we get a really sad moment with Neo crying about like her family doesn't know that she does drag. Her family doesn't know about her transition, right?
Right.
And
she's
so
like,
she's
she doesn't
so
wanna...
terrified of them seeing the show.
Right. And she doesn't want to, she hasn't even been FaceTiming them.
Oof, that's tough.
Breaks my heart.
She's such a beautiful person. I want everything for her.
Yeah, and
she deserves it.
And like just the idea of being scared that your parents won't love you. Whatever the reality is,
idea.
Right, whatever the reality is,
Sucks.
It's so hard not to just crumble all the time because you're so scared.
Crumble cookie, though. You know what? People who crumble because their parents don't love them should get a coupon to Crumble Cookie.
I'm going to say it. I don't want my cookie to crumble.
What do you want it to do?
I want it to be soft and chewy, and I want to be able to bite it and like have it.
I want a cupcake.
I'm off sugar.
As of 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, but I'm doing really well.
Yeah, you're staying very strong. So, the Boulets. I like that they did something different.
Yeah,
okay?
I like the different color story they're telling.
What is it, though?
I don't know. I think they're supposed to be toxic waste. And is that maybe the top of the canister, the barrel of the toxic waste?
I think it looks like the bedroom from Lady Gaga on American Horror Story. I thought they were that. That doesn't make any sense.
I also thought it was like a hospital, like a bedpan with like something inside it. I've gone on the Instagram. I've looked at their post. I've looked at the designers. I don't know what it is.
And you know what?
What is it?
When they were talking, when they did just the two of them talking.
I like it, but I want to know what it is.
It did sound like they weren't exactly huge fans of it either.
Well, I thought they were just talking about like, because they're always wearing big headpieces and they're always kind of complaining. Rightfully so. Like I'm not mad that they're complaining, but they're always mentioning like this.
As
is
someone
fucking
who's
annoying.
been a recent victim,
I just don't know what it is.
I get it.
And I want to because I like it. I just want to like it with all the information.
Yeah.
And maybe, you know what? Maybe I'm not supposed to know. You know, maybe I'm just supposed to admire it because art can be anything.
They have great legs.
Can I see over here? Sometimes they come and do their work. But
I know.
that they don't want to be acknowledged.
They don't have to be approached out of drag.
So I don't say anything to them, but I am really helpful to them. And I'm nice to them.
Can I see back here?
Yeah.
Are they hot out of drag?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we got Landon Cider again.
Hot. Whoa, speaking of legs.
Oh, I know. This was the
Excuse
episode
you.
of legs. I love this look.
I loved it too.
I think this is way more fun than their... I mean, both looks were great, but this look was really fun.
Tananarive.
I loved her. She's on it every season, right? She's the horror historian.
And she was one of the hosts. No, she was just on the podcast hosted by Naomi Ekperigin for the Interview with the Vampire recap, which season 2 is coming out soon. And I know you don't like that.
I don't care about it.
I know you don't care, but Tananarive was on it, I think, a couple times. I love that show. I love that podcast, season 2.
Everybody go and watch it or listen.
Interview with the Vampire.
First up, we have Jarvis.
Now, this is Jarvis's wheelhouse.
And the song was At the Devil's Ball.
At the Devil's Ball.
What'd you think of that?
At the Devil's Ball. That would be so hard to lip sync to.
Why didn't they... Okay, because you could tell, like, as they're doing it, it's just like this old recording. It's really weak. And they kept adding thunder sounds, I think, just to fill out the sound. I wish it had gone into a remix of some kind. I wish it had gone into... Like,
or maybe the Boulets made an updated version where they sing At the Devil's Ball or something.
Start out with the original one, because it was really haunting and strange sounding. But then it didn't really take off, so that their performance...
sucked balls.
Do you think the devil has balls?
Yeah, I think he has 3.
Why?
Because 3's a scary number.
The look is so fucking cool, but the hat kept falling off and it really fucked him up.
It really reminded me of Pipe Cleaner.
They didn't seem to be able to get past the... And listen,
I love
as
the
someone
look, though.
who's recently been a victim of hat fall, I get it.
Are you okay? I feel like I didn't take that seriously enough. Are you okay?
No, I'm totally fine. I felt it scrape, and I was like, if I lose my nose, I'm out.
Who are you? Yeah.
Well, no, you would have to finish this by yourself, and you're not very funny. Alone. Then we had Fantasia.
She was Betty Boop. She was like the nightclub singer.
Now, I thought she looked incredible.
Yes.
And I loved watching her performance.
She wasn't ghosty or scary to me.
This, to me, could have been on Drag Race. Like, I didn't understand how this was a Dragula runway.
Oh, let me see the earring. Oh, just sparkly. Okay.
I wish there had been a horror element to it. That's
I think
all.
the horror element was when she accidentally got choked. When she got choked.
But there was no blood or
anything.
No,
but she looked so fucking
she
good.
did.
She had to have worn that. It was so good.
Then we had Blackberry.
A Blackberry with a little cigarette girl.
She was the fag seller. I love that. I
loved that. She was burnt.
Did you see Onyx on Dick's?
Yes,
was also that. I gotta say,
loved it.
A little better than Blackberry's. Just because half of her was burned, and I thought that was such a brilliant idea. And you know how I feel about your own handwriting being on your props. I hate that. And Onyx had like cut out letters and it looked really professional.
Oh, cool.
I didn't love that it's like she wrote it with a pen. But she looks great. I'm just being a little bit.
Yeah, her makeup is stunning. Always.
Then we had Cynthia Doll, who you know I live for.
Yeah.
And I liked that she stayed in theme, because staying in theme seemed to be an issue for a lot of people. But I don't know what this is. She's just the bellboy? A skeleton bellboy?
Yeah, she's a spooky bell person.
Safe.
Yeah.
But I love her. Then we had Anaphylactic. I liked the performance.
Yeah.
I liked that she shot herself in the head and then
the reveal.
But I agree with the judges of like, well, if you just shot yourself, shouldn't you fall or something? Like there was she just went, dink. I did it. Listen, and I've never shot myself, but like I feel like you'd fall or something.
Yeah.
I wish there was a little fall. That's all. I wish there was a little fall. That's all.
At the Devil's Ball.
Then we had Throb Zombie. Cool.
Yeah, I liked it.
They kept saying that no one was in theme, but I think we all immediately went to like 1930s hotel.
Yeah,
I could see him checking into a hotel.
This seems like a ghost, like a...
He died in the hotel. He OD'd.
Yeah. American Horror Story, like, guy that died in the hotel and murders or whatever.
Well said. Then we had Satana.
I don't feel like I got a good look at her outfit completely. Did you ever feel like you got a good look at it?
No.
I think she's beautiful. I think she's great at makeup. I thought this was fine, honestly.
Again, like very similar to Throb. I liked the kind of 20s, 30s feel of it. Mm-hmm. There seems to be just a little bit more like horror missing from her. Similar to Fantasia. I want a little more horror.
Yeah.
Then Orgotic.
I kind of love Orgotic, everything they do. I get a pass.
Yeah.
But I didn't even notice there's a little person on top of them.
Oh, controlling them?
Yeah.
Ew.
I thought it was just like a spider thing. There's a little person up there making all the decisions.
Wow,
very Men in Black.
That's a monster.
That's a little like squishy guy. A little squiggle.
Do you remember Stretch Armstrong? Did you have one?
I loved
Me too.
the sensation of a Stretch Armstrong.
Me too. It feels good. It feels good.
Slamming it down, watching him pancake out.
Like the gorilla on TikTok. I love that thing.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's Orgotic. You know, it's always going to be really weird and cool. I disagreed with them saying, like, I don't get hotel. I definitely do.
Definitely like maitre d' host vibes.
I completely get it.
In the restaurant.
Yeah, I liked it. Then we had
Nyohuru X, who was a picture of a bride dead.
Oh my! First of all, I loved it.
This is fucking cool. I mean, it's really impressive.
It's very, very impressive. But my favorite moment
was when one of the boulets
was one of the judges said, like, well, I didn't get like hotel, or like I'm not exactly sure what your look is. And then one of the boulets goes, she was a bride of the hotel and she tripped and she fell through the picture frame and died. It's easy to understand.
That made me laugh out loud.
And fell through. They were on one this episode. The Boulets were having a wonderful time.
I think they're really in the pocket.
I agree. I'm a huge fan of the Boulets. Anyway, then we had JK. Oh my God, I loved this.
JK was so cute.
I loved
this
JK's
bellboy
makeup. I just loved
I know, I
makeup.
loved the makeup too.
They're just so good at what they do.
Yeah.
I didn't fully understand like why they had a cabinet in their chest.
I think they were the minibar.
But why would a bellboy have a minibar in their chest? That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna open it up and it just be their guts. they keep saying like, yeah, I see like it's a little hodgepodge, it's a little like DIY, but it looks cool. It looks cool, and they're meeting the assignment and they're doing what they have to do.
Also, I've been thinking about it. And if someone doesn't have all the money to go completely couture everything, have everything professionally made, if they're just working with what they have and using their own two hands to make things, I almost like that better. Not almost. I respect it more as craft. You know what I mean? Because anyone can just go buy amazing things. Anyone.
Well, you can't.
Well, no, of course I can't. I'm irresponsible with my finances.
I don't tell you this enough, but you are a good singer. Apparently, though, they love JK as much as we did. JK wins!
JK wins, congratulations. And it's not a JK.
It's not a JK.
It's a for real.
I had the best time. As soon as they announced them as the winner, I screamed. And Curtis was like, what was that? And I was like, everyone is going to be so mad.
Oh, yeah.
And JK deserved this. JK needed this to just be able to finally say, fuck you, I clearly belong here. Because I am so done with everyone hating JK. It's boring. It's boring. It's boring.
Yeah, move on.
They do all the safe people, and before they let
Fantasia and Jarvis go, they give him a few words because they understand it's frustrating not to get feedback week after week.
And they said basically like what we thought. Jarvis, get out of your head. Things go wrong. And Fantasia, show us a little horror. I was happy that they stopped him.
It's so nice to, not to be shady to another franchise, but it's nice to be watching a franchise where I feel safe in the judges' commentary.
That I can understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And then they get backstage and Satana's like, I want to quit. They're going to send me home anyway.
Ooh,
I want to quit.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't like to see people defeated. That's sad. But also, I love a self-aware queen. I do. I really dig Satana. I really do. I just don't know that this is the competition for her. But
yeah, because the thing we haven't said yet is the bottom two were Satana and Anaphylactic. And then they asked Jarvis who they're going to do their key to. And they said, I'm a friendly ghost, but nobody's taking me seriously. So Orgotic, get the fuck out of here.
Because Orgotic is such a big competitor.
And they love everything.
I loved that.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I thought, okay, Jarvis is here. Jarvis is ready to do.
I did say to Curtis, I says Curtis, I don't love the idea that the key can put someone in the extermination. Because the extermination is not necessarily, or not at all really, let's be honest, part of the elimination. So yeah, you can make them do something kind of gross, but like you're not actually sending them home. Like it's not you're not putting them in danger. And if you're going to put anyone in the bottom, don't put Orgotic in the bottom. Orgotic jerks off to these kinds of things. Orgotic loves gross shit.
It would have been cool if they'd have said, and by the way, you can use this at any time.
Yeah.
Any episode, like Survivor Rules. I've never watched, just I have heard of. But
have you ever seen Jeff Probst's nudes?
No.
I don't know if they're real, but they make me come.
No, yeah, he's totally up your alley.
I want him to be up my alley.
Should we audition for Survivor?
You don't want to survive in everyday life. The biggest moment in the cauldron is when Orgotic comes back in with the other bottom people. And JK, who promised that they were going to work on being nicer, immediately is like, yeah, I didn't get hotel from your look.
I don't get what you are. Yeah.
I don't get what you are. And then Orgotic's like,
you're
going to say that?
Me?
And then JK says, as the winner? Yeah.
Yes! JK. JK, do you hear this bubble in my throat?
Yeah, I do.
Let's see how long I can go with it in there.
I don't know why you're punishing me.
I just feel like it's fun.
I loved that moment.
It was really good.
That moment. However, then we get a moment where they're all cheersing.
Okay,
and Orgotic dumps their drink on JK.
The dregs of the drink. And then, I don't even think Blackberry noticed it, the drink part, but Blackberry dinged the bell, which was just funny. A funny button, but pouring a drink on someone is pretty disrespectful.
Yeah, and like Orgotics, to their credit, they have apologized on the internet, made kind of a silly joke about it, like book me in Brooklyn. I don't think JK's really that upset about it. I'm excited to see them address it next week because they didn't address it at all.
They didn't have time to.
Well, I also don't know that JK exactly knew who did, because they were all just had drinks over their heads, so who knows?
So I want to see what's going to happen.
But
oh, my bubble's gone. Oh.
Good. But pouring a drink on somebody, tough.
You ever had a drink poured on you?
Of course.
Yeah?
I can't remember a specific instance, but I'm sure I have. I worked in a bar for 7 years.
Oh.
Surely, right? I did enough that I deserved it.
I don't think I have. Ew, don't.
Stanleys don't spill.
They don't melt either. Did you see that car on fire?
Yeah.
This week's extermination challenge was they had to go to the basement and lay on a bed and get cheese put on them. Fun. But then live rats put on them.
Okay. I just want to say this. I don't think that that's that bad. I love rats. Rats are social. They're sweet animals. And I knew the worst of it would be that they would be pooping.
I think the what you don't want is if the rats are like agitated and on you. There's a scene in this little indie show called Game of Thrones where they would put the prisoners and they would put a rat in a bucket and then put the bucket on their chest and then light the bucket, this end of the bucket on fire. So the rat would try to claw its way out through your torso. And that was hard. That was hard to watch. Not as hard as the final season, but it was tough.
Was the final season as long as that explanation was? Great.
Let's do a new segment called Out of All of the Extermination Challenges, which one would you do?
Well, we haven't seen them all yet.
Okay, but from like this point. So we've had bungee jump, we've had worms in maggot's mouth, and we've had rats on bed.
I would do rats on bed.
Yeah, I guess I would too. Actually, I want to do bungee jump.
I want to throw you off a bridge. We find out Satana is going to get chopped to death by axe. She got Lizzie Bordened, okay? I think we saw what we needed to see from her, and I'm pretty happy that I got to meet her because she's so gorgeous, and she seems really sweet. But goodbye.
Mother 41.
Wasn't that her stepmom, or was that her actual mom?
I don't know. I haven't talked to her in years.
Oh, that's true. All right. Well, that was Dragula. If you would like more scary next week, hit subscribe and, of course, the notification bell.
Join us on Patreon, won't you? Patreon.com/IMHOtheSHOw.
Also, we're both on Cameo, so go there.
Or you can get a Cameo. It's a message from the both of us by going to IMHOtheSHOw.com.
Also, all of our merch is at
dragqueenmerch.com. That was beautiful.
Boo.
A drag queen merch.
Oh, did you see? I don't know who did this, but it's so stupid. Did you see that Prince William got hottest bald man alive?
I just saw that on my phone. Well, I gotta be honest. They named Patrick Dempsey hottest man of the year. Did you see that?
Also, why?
Listen.
Grey's Anatomy is over.
Listen.
Well, I don't think it's over, but he is.
He's very attractive, but I feel like there are
This
more
was the
hotter...
year of Pedro Pascal. I think this was Pedro's year.
Yeah.
And I think he would have been the perfect choice.
It's like giving an actress the Oscar the next year for a movie when they should have gotten it last year.
Renee Zellweger, Cold Mountain.
Wait, she got it for Cold Mountain or she should have?
She should have gotten it for Chicago, but she didn't, so she got it for Cold Mountain.
Okay, I know this is not...
And Judy. She got it for
Judy.
Judy.
I love Cold Mountain.
I liked it too.
I love a long, sprawling, boring, epic... period.
We really do have very different tastes, you and me.
Yeah, we do. And speaking of tastes, my taste buds are smelling what Curtis is cooking. So, should we wrap this up?
No, we've only talked for like 1 minute.
Okay. Well, hold on.
Wait, what was I talking about?
It was just a good segue.
What was I talking
about? Okay, Prince Harry, hottest bald man alive. No!
Not Prince Harry. Prince William.
What's the difference?
Prince Harry's the good one.
Who else is bald? The Rock is bald.
I think the hottest bald man alive at this point in time, at this juncture, is Stanley Tucci.
Oh, hands down.
I'm sorry. You can't put Prince William
over the Tooch.
It's weird.
You really can't. Weird. Okay.
Anyway, I would like a recount. And also, aren't we not doing Prince William anymore? Aren't we done?
I thought it was over.
Yeah. We're Harry people now. We are solely Harry people, okay? William's funny, like what happened, you know? But Harry's the good one.
Can I see over here? I know, of course. I understand who's who. But which one's William and which one's Harry? If you might want to explain that to the...
They already know, though, so I don't want to...
No, I feel like there are some of them
you said that you know, so why are you asking?
Okay, so William is the... first one. Harry's red.
William was hot for like 2 years of his entire life. That has to suck.
And then he got Kate Middleton, and then he started shedding those.
Well, no, he started shedding those early.
I'm not mad at him for being bald. I guess I'm just mad at him for whatever, having money.
I got my hair cut yesterday.
You did? Oh, You didn't tell me.
I got my haircut, and he's like, so what do you want to do? And I was like, honestly, since, like, my receding hairline this year was tough on my hairline, okay? I was like, I don't know what to do with my hair. And he's like, I got you. And I feel really good. And I want to say, well, I'm not going to say his name because it's a very unique name. And then you'll find him and you'll be like, do you know She's a Faggot? But
your drag name is She's a Faggot.
She's a Faggot. Do you know that? But I'm so happy. And
I want to see it.
I just want to say thank you.
Can I see it?
Later. In the privacy of my own head. In the privacy of my own head. Okay, we'll see you later. Bye.